Hello everyone and welcome to my video guide on my Infernoids KOG decklist, which you can see before your very eyes. It's not the same list that I used in the KC Cup. There are a couple of changes, namely I removed 2 Void Fists. The reason for that was that it kind of conflicted with the Light Swarm package. In that, I would end up milling Void Fists when I wanted to mill Infernoid names for Deviati, for Ononku, maybe even for Sidestemass. And that was kind of painful. So I thought, you know what? Void Fist, it is searchable with Vanishment. And I think like I didn't do the math, but if I cut 2 Void Fists, I increase the chance of opening Vanishment, right? Because I play less cards. That's not a choice that I regretted making at all. It ended up being still pretty good. 3 Petrulias, I think I was playing only 2 in the KCC. I really like Petrulia as a way to bait out back row negates and stuff very specifically, and also it granted easier access to Crimson Blader, which I actually found myself going for a lot. It was pretty good against Mech Knights, it was pretty good against Heroes, and also against Dark Magician, which is not that most threatening deck out there, but you'll see it's a deck that I faced a lot. Other than that, I'm still playing Light Swarm, 2 Chargers, 2 Raidens. The reason for it is they really help the deck when you're going second, and as much as I'd like to pretend that I can just do without them, they're too high rolly and sometimes they break of sorts, they're still too good to pass in my opinion. It sucks, but until we get like 3 Monster Gates or Grass back, this is the best we're gonna get. So yeah, that's it for the deck list. Now I'm going to show you a couple of stats of the games that I've played. Okay, so these are all the games that I've played from Legend 1 to KOG with this Infernoids list, barring the few changes that I made, of course. As you can see, I played a total of 63 games, 44 of which were victories, and 19 of which were defeats, which I think is, I haven't done the math actually, but I think that's over like 66% win rate, which is pretty cool. The decks that I played the most against, Salmon Great, Dark Magician, tied, which very surprising, and Galaxy, followed by Infernoids, which I haven't lost a single game to, Hero, Mech Knights, Salad Mech Knights, and then a couple of weird stuff. You can see I was playing against Synchrons, I lost against your Zenju. I remember playing against Evil Hero and getting OTK'd, and then the very next game I play against Gaia and I OTK them. No, that was a fun run overall. I think I ended up playing against a lot of decks, but like some troublemakers definitely came back very often. Some very important things to know: the deck really doesn't like going second. That's when I think I lost the most games against very specific matchups, like Salaman Great, for instance, is one of these matchups where you really don't want to go second. Galaxy also, but I think I didn't go second very often against Galaxy. And surprisingly, Hero, which sucks, because I found out that the only way to break a Hero board when they set up is Ononku, and you don't always get access to Ononku, which is sad. Other than that, I don't think there's much to talk about. Dark Magician was pretty easy. I think like it's the deck against which I have the best win rates, like by far. Galaxy was easy going first. Like this deck is really good at setting up going first, even in hands where you don't open Vanishment. You can end up going for any Noid Summon plus Decatron represents 1 DD Crow, and whether or not you send Deviati or Ononku 1 monster or back renegade, which is still decent against a lot of decks out there. So yeah, check out all the games that I've played, and please don't hesitate to comment on some of the like weirdest losses that I've had. And now it's replays time. So in case you're not aware of what this is yet, I think this should become apparent really soon. They're on grit, I'm on grit. The gig is up, it is the mirror, and they are going first. So going first, what are they going to do? They're going to do, you know, Noid stuff. Normal Decatron, send Deviati for the negate, and that's it. That's all they do, actually. So, open charge, mill 3, get Raiden. I already have the Seer in my graveyard, which is neat. I summon Raiden, that's when they decide to pull the trigger on Decatron. That's perfectly fine. I still have like follow-up with Banishment. Vanishment sends Deviati. I'm not sure why, that's kind of risky against Noids. Banish 3, I get to summon a Petrulia. I get to send Void Fist and attack directly with Petrulia in order to disable Grit. Then, as soon as they hit the draw phase, they're gonna MST, and I'm gonna chain Void Fist. Like, I don't know what you thought that would happen there, buddy. You should know the deck. So I summon Sistemas Decatron. Decatron is going to send the Deviati. At this point, they're going to banish 2. They're going to go for a Sistemas of their own. They're going to attack the Decatron in order to benefit from the negate. They activate Sistemas at end of battle phase in order to banish the face-up card from my deck. I have to pause so I can catch my breath. At this point, I'm like, this is a non-targeting effect, and it has to resolve once it's activated, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tribute both of my monsters, banish their entire graveyard, and they have to banish their own Sistemas as a result. Which is very funny. I also got another charge. Very cool. Very cool. Which means I can just bring back my own Sistemas. I can bring up the Deviati. And I can go for the easiest lethal of my life. Pretty much all of my Noids games went exactly like this. I am truly undefeated in the mirror so far. My second game, I think this one is actually my Kog rank up. Yep, it was my Kog rank up game, and it is against, you haven't guessed it, it'll give you a hint, it's one of the most common decks you'll find on ladder. That's right, it is Dark Magician! Which, you know, not really good. I think they kind of bricked on this one. They added navigation to hand, set 3, pass. What can they do with this against me? Like, these are 2 navigations, but they're kind of worthless, so I immediately go for Banishment, Search the Feast. I decide to go for the Sistemas in order to have some presence, and then summon Decatron in order to send a non-coup and possibly negate one of the navigations. I think this was pretty good. They activate the navigation now. I end up negating it with Decatron. Make sure to always summon Decatron last, by the way, or else you're gonna lock yourselves out of Noids. They have the second navigation that they immediately activate in order to get Dark Magician and Apprentice Illusion Magician. I don't think this is that important, actually. I decide to attack the Apprentice Illusion Magician, knowing that they don't have another one. They just destroy it. Sistemas is going to banish Dark Magician at end of battle phase, and past during draw phase, I'm going to activate Void Fist. Void Fist sending Banishment, getting another Sistemas, and the second Decatron sending Deviati in order to negate a monster effect. They activate Dark Magical Circle, add Dark Magician to hand, and they concede. Because their end is double Dark Magician, and whatever that set card was. I still don't know what it is to this day. Third replay during my Kog climb. This one is against Mermaid Atlanteans. Also a deck that I expected to see more often, actually. I think it has some decent potential, not exactly against Noids, but maybe against like Salamangreat and stuff. I don't know. Activate Moria of Greed, which, I don't know how they always have it. Like the 2 games that I play against this deck, they opened it. They draw 2, immediately summon the Fortune Fairy Sui that they draw, set 1, and then normal summon the Heavy Infantry. They go for the Merncess Coral Anemone, which is going to be able to bring back the Heavy Infantry. Note that they haven't used the extra normal for Heavy Infantry yet. They're going to use it in order to summon Dragoon. At this point, they're going to Abyss Dweller. They're going to detach from Abyss Dweller in order to get the Dragoon's Search. They're going to get Deep Sea Diva. So the board is this bitch, this fucker, and whatever set there is. Activate Charge of the Light Brigade. I gate Raiden. I summon the Raiden now because if I activated Void Banishment, I would not be able to summon the Raiden afterwards. This is a misplay you should not be making. They decide to pop the Raiden with Heavy Infantry. They have the MST for the Void Banishment, as I suspected as soon as I activated it. And I decide to bring back Sistemas, attack into Abyss Dweller with Sistemas, and then I'm going to be able to banish the Coral Anemone. It's something that's very important to note, is I milled the Voids here. Also, wait, look at this. Mill the second charge. Very fun. Very fun. Only 1 Noid name. But I did mill the Voids here, which I think my opponent thought would protect my Noids, but in reality, if they a Beast Dweller, detach heavy infantry. I can't Void Seer to protect. They didn't know that, but I did. At this point, they're gonna go for Spider Shark. I'm not sure why. Well, other than the fact that they didn't know about Void Seer. Or maybe they didn't care. I don't know. Maybe they only want a Beast Dweller. Who knows? They're gonna destroy it. At this point, I get the Raiden, which is probably the best remaining draw in the deck. I'm gonna get to mill 2. I'm gonna get to bring back Onanku. I'm gonna get to clear his board and mine. Keeping only the Onanku, they're gonna get to bring back the heavy infantry. It's no big deal. It's a small fry. I can punch it and kill it. And then on the next turn, they end their turn doing nothing. Actually, I'm kind of surprised, but I can't really summon more monsters because, well, you have more than 8 levels worth of monsters on the field. So there's that. They get to summon the third Deep Sea Diva. Is it the third or second? I don't know. They get to go into heavy infantry, and then they conceded for some reason. So yeah, I think they realized that they probably could not kill me, and that I could Anonku again next turn. Yeah, maybe there's that. Maybe it was that. I don't know. And last but not least, of course, I'm going to show a Galaxy game. This is such a funny matchup. I was on the verge of like dropping to Legend 4 too. And this is the game that saved me because I am going first with a pretty good hand. Activate Charge, mill a bunch. I mill 2 Raidens, by the way. Activate Vanishment, sending on Nonku, get the Seer, so I can set Seer and Feast because I opened Feast. I think I was still only playing 1 at the moment, which is pretty good. Immediately activate the Feast, send the Vanishment, summon Petrulia, Armadic, and Decatron. Decatron sending, if I'm not mistaken, the... yeah, Deviati. Activate Book of Moon targeting Decatron. Oh no, I have the Void here. I can just protect it. I don't really care. Activate Xyz Galaxy. They send Galaxy Eyes, Photon Dragon, and Galaxy Knight in order to be able to rank up into a big Xyz. They activate Galaxy 0, targeting the Galaxy Knight. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna banish it anyway, just so it doesn't resolve. They're gonna summon Galaxy Wizard. They're gonna try and activate the effect. I am gonna Deviati this bitch out of here. And then I thought like the last card is maybe possibly another Reborn spell, but it either doesn't matter. Self Petrulia. I'm able to bring back the Onanku and go for lethal, which was, all things considered, really easy. And yeah, that's basically how every game against Galaxy goes. So yeah, these were probably the most interesting games that I played on my Cog climb today. I think Salamangreat was a pretty boring matchup that ended up feeling very tedious and long and drawn out, and like my opponents misplayed a bunch and missed lethal on a ton of occasions, and there were like definitely wins that I did not deserve being scuffed this way. Anyway, hope you enjoyed these replays. If you have any questions regarding the deck, please feel free to ask me those questions in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!